The content you're about to enjoy comes from the archives of The Best You. We're devoted to the very best in personal development, with a platform and resources dedicated to inspiring and changing people's lives. At The Best You, we work with the world's leading writers and trainers on the evolution of the self, and people whose journeys have been affected by their work and words. These Best You EXPO talks are recorded in front of a live audience in a live event. We highly recommend that you focus on the message. As they say, what you focus on expands. Enjoy.
Hey, good afternoon to you. I'm the class whisperer, Angelique De Graaff. I'm Ilaria and Robert. Hi. I'm here to tell you about my format, the class whisperer. And actually, this started out being a format when I taught myself on a special school. It was a secondary school, and I did not know what to do. I was, at that time, already 45-ish, and it was a whole new career. And there I was in the class, and I thought, my kids are adults already, so how lovely would it be to teach all sorts of pubers? I was really thinking that would be lovely. So I went there. Sorry for the camera, I will be here. So I was thinking it would be easy peasy to do that. It was halfway a school year. So it was just after New Year. And I started with this class. And the minute I entered that specific classroom, all the students just hang from the ceiling, went out of the windows, kicked each other's, and did everything to disrupt that class. And I was thinking, all right, I'm not really able to do this. What to do now? So I got a teacher that was free for that hour into my class. And I kept doing that for 2 weeks, getting other teachers to come into my class and help me out and tell me what I did wrong. And there's where it really dawned to me. Because if you ask teachers what to do, the thing is they have tips of all sorts. They have tips that really don't fit you. Like one of them told me, just break them down first before you build them up. And that surely didn't fit me. So what I did was listening with a really filtered head and pick out what I needed. But yeah, 4 weeks later, something really peculiar happened because of an incident. An incident that in the end helped me understand what's necessary to teach. Because the teachers that helped me out later on appear to have not so much order in their classes neither. That was really funny to understand. So that particular day, we all went out. It was a small school, so 100 children, 12 till 16, went out in the city in Holland, a place named Haarlem. One of the kids, a really premature lady of 14, was actually connecting to all sorts of boys that I didn't know, so they weren't from the school. So I warned her a few times to go on and walk past my table where I was stamping off the kids that came along. But she didn't. She just got more boys there. So in the end, I thought, right, one of the teachers warned me to be a little bit more strict. Maybe now's the time.
Having promoted more than 600 speakers and more than 65,000 people attend my seminars and courses and workshops and expos, having read so many books and attended so many courses, I really realized that the basics of personal, professional growth is based on the power of the question. Asking yourself empowering questions. Read my new book, The Question, Find Your True Purpose. It's based on my work, 30 years of entrepreneurship, all the experiences that I have, my manifesto, and what's really important. So for more information, go to www.thequestion.co.
So this young girl, this young lady, let me name her Karen. At the end of the day, at 3 o'clock, I said, okay, Karen, now you have to come with me. I have to talk to you. And I really thought she followed me because she went with me to where our bicycles were parked. But the moment I was waiting with my bicycle, she already had stepped on hers and drove right through my front wheel and went on. And I was like really powerless, saying, Karen, come back, Karen, come back. And she didn't. So then I decided to call her mom and say, Karen really has to come to school and talk to me, which her mom did and sent her. And then, without a chair, it's maybe hard to show you, but because the chairs are stuck to each other, right, or no? Yes. So, but what she did was hang into a chair like that, like really hanging, looking up at me, saying, yeah, what? At the same time, I was thinking, and she's right. And that came out of my mouth. I said, oh, Karen, but for sure you're right. And she just climbed up a bit higher, sitting more straight, saying to me, so what? And I said, the fact that I'm here for 4 weeks now, and I can't get a grip on your class. I have you 11 hours in the week. You are my mentor class because, of course, as a new teacher, you are supposed to be a mentor too and to teach all sorts of subjects, some of them you don't know. I taught English, which I know a little bit, but I also taught German, which I don't speak. I taught all sorts of subjects. So I said to her, I can relate to that. I didn't do a good job up till now. I couldn't really help you in this class, so I can see how you cannot respect me. It's true. You're right. And then she said totally straight, looking up at me. And I said, well, you know what to do. You go home and I will think something out. Maybe I have to leave school. Maybe I have to leave my job. Maybe I find something to say. And she stayed on with a doorknob in her hand for, say, 2 minutes, looking at me, waiting, obviously, to get her punishment of some sort. But then she went. And the next day, a true miracle happened. And that was the start of my consciousness of how connection with kids could help you to be a teacher. So what happened the next day? As being this new teacher, I was supposed to survey the group outside of the school, outside of the buildings. They had, like, what do you call it here, a break. They had a break of 20 minutes. And I knew 4 weeks experience that if I had to survey them, make all sorts of hammocky things. They would do all wrong things just to tease the teachers, especially the new one. So I was standing on some steps, waiting for someone to do something disruptive. And yes, over there, right where you are, something disruptive was going on. And I was about to go there, knowing that if I said, stop that, they would say, no, we just continue doing that, or do it. But before I could react and respond to what was happening there, Karen, 1 step higher than me, over me, shouted at that voice, and in very, say, slang Dutch, which I have to translate in a little bit slang English, said, hey, you bastards, stop it. You can see Angelique is there.
If you're interested in speaking, exhibiting, or getting involved in the largest personal development expos in the world, contact us today at www.thebestyouexpo.com or send us an email to info@thebestyou.co.
I was thinking, what's going on? So I looked at her, but she vanished, and I looked at the 3 guys, and they came up to me. They put their arms around my shoulders, all 3 of them, and just saying, hey, Angelique, we're going to have you the next hour. What are we going to do? And I thought, wow, isn't that a present? It's really a true present. And it was. That was the first day that I see as a real turning point for the whole class to get a grip on. And I was really pleased. And it extended to the point that, well, maybe 2 months later, when I started doing NLP, I started doing NLP. Everyone knows NLP, right? That made connection to what I was doing or made connection to what I wasn't doing and giving me all sorts of clues. So it was terribly effective to use NLP in that situation. It was coming to the point that I thought, wow, now that I know NLP, I can teach my colleague teachers, which was not a very good thought, as they had helped me for 6 weeks, telling me what to do. So that didn't work out well. So a few years later, when I can really say that I considered my pupils as being my fans, as they were also, all of them, my favorite children, there was really a new era for me that I thought, I need to bring what I learned here into the world. This format, the Class Whisperer. And what I do now is all over the world bring this format to teachers who feel they are overburdened, who are burnt out, who are struggling, or also who have fun in front of the classes but want to have more fun. Because what I do is actually related to what I saw on television around that time. And that was, maybe you know him, Cesar Millan's Dog Whisperer shows. Maybe you know him. But I can tell you, he showed all the dog owners that it wasn't the dog's fault that he was aggressive, that it wasn't the dog's fault that he was not wanting to sit when he was told sit. It was the owner's energy, the owner's the owner's attitude, actually. So if that were true, how true is it to tell the teachers, it's not the kids, it's not the disruptiveness, it's not to blame the kids. It's you as a teacher who has to take responsibility. And that's the good news. Because if you can do that, if you can take responsibility, then you can change something. If you think it's the kid's fault, what can you change? If you think it's the parents, if you think it's the principal or the school management or even the government, what can you do? So if your heart is with teaching kids to see what all types of kids needs, what the one needs that has difficulty learning, or even the kids who have difficulty learning because you are so boring, then you can talk to the Class Whisperer and adapt this Class Whisperer's method. Very new now is that I'm already about to retire if I wanted to, but I really think I can do this 10 more years. In those 10 years, I truly want to educate Class Whisperer teachers and Class Whisperer trainers to bring this format to the teachers, because I feel it's really successful for them. And I don't care if they bring it, as long as I can trust they bring it right. And I do hope it makes a change into the learning of kids, because I work with the teachers, but my heart is with the kids. My heart is with the kids that are suffering from us, who don't know how to deal with the day-to-day teaching. So this is actually what I have to tell you. And if you are curious about that format, I have a table like round the corner, number 13. You can take some of the leaflets and brochures, or you can contact me. And if you don't, it's fine too. Just tell teachers in need that someone like me exists, and there are probably more persons who do things alike. I'm not telling you I'm the best. I'm just telling you I'm here. And I want teachers to feel they're able to teach and enjoy their work. Thank you very much.
For more information, go to www.thebestyou.co.